Hey fam, it's Coach Rye from Team Flex. Today we're going to take a look at Tampa Pro Bikini. We're going to talk about our top 5 competitors, how the placings went, why they may have gone that way, what the judges are looking for, and what it means for you as a competitor out there in bikini division. Doesn't matter if you're in the NPC, it's your first time, you're trying to get a pro card, or you're already a pro. What I cover on this channel is the tools, the tips, the strategies, the stuff you need to know about the criteria and the placings to do better on stage yourself. And that's what we aim to do with this channel. So at any point in time you like what I'm saying, you're getting something out of it, you learn something, hit that subscribe button and hang out. I got a lot more coming for you to make you your best competitor. All right, so let's take a look. So what we got here is Tampa Pro Bikini, and we have Issa taking the win, former Bikini Olympia champion. This is a big deal for her, big win, nice job. We got Ivy over here in second, very good physique, brought it to stage this time. And Reggiana, okay, and I might be messing up these names, you guys, sometimes I do. Bear with me, and I'm gonna go with that, okay? So there's where we're at. This is our top 3, and what we have here is a really good lineup, really true to the criteria. Bikini is all about the hourglass shape, and you'll see all 3 of these athletes really do exemplify this quite well. It is all about upper body to match the lower body, nice taper in the waist, everything there, muscularity-wise, so on and so forth. Let's talk about how they placed and why they may have placed that way, in my opinion. So looking at Issa here, okay, she's really brought a complete look. We've seen a lot of different looks from her over the years since the Olympia, a lot of different changes going on. Here, this tends to be one of her better looks that she has brought in any recent time, maybe all time. However, I think her Olympia win look was very iconic and kind of hard to compete with herself at that point. We'll see what happens though. We'll see as she continues to prove. What we see here is good shoulder shape, really bringing out the upper body. This creates that upper base of the hourglass at that point, and that is what you need to have. So in bikini, you want to have that roundness, that fullness, not to the degree that it's crazy developed or out of this world, but to the point where judges know you've been training that upper body, you've been working on it, you've been bringing out that muscle. And what that does is gets that upper base of the hourglass ready to roll, to sweep into your waist. So Issa here, very tight in the waist, very narrow in the waist, always has had that. Really good oblique line here. Some athletes can't do this. It hinders them. However, she can do it. It pulls it off. It makes her waist look very tiny. It's a great look. She also has very nice width in her lats. So really good wide lat sweep. It helps a lot in bikini. You know, bikini competitors get caught up like not training back and things like that, thinking it doesn't matter. They got a coach that's giving them the wrong stuff. You got to have some back work regardless, even if your hair's down in back pose, because what ends up happening is if you have that great lat like Issa does, it sweeps you into the waist, right? And it looks like, whoa, there's an hourglass already starting to form, right? So definitely want to have good lats. Issa's got great lats here. And her lower body does start to push muscularity, in my opinion. I think she still could work on her balance a little bit, but it's really all there. Upper glute shape, great. Overall glute shape, great. Moving into the quads and the hamstrings, everything is symmetrical. This is really good look for bikini. So killing it from the front, very minimal, if anything, to say about that. Now looking over here at Evie, what we have is good shape, good overall shoulders, taper in the waist, perfect, good glute shape, good overall shape. What I'm seeing with her, though, is that she was probably just a tad too tight, tad too conditioned at this point. She looks a little bit depleted. Her upper body, I think, could have been kind of, exemplified a little bit more with fullness, and that may have helped her compete up against Issa a bit. And you can see in her ab lines and in her obliques here, this is just a more of a kind of stringy-ish look, if you will. And I use that term not in a negative way, but more to describe condition, right? You start to see a lot more of the lines and the strings, if you will, in the muscles as athletes get leaner. And I'm just getting that kind of feel from her. I think if she had filled out a little bit more, maybe even came in a tad softer, could have been a different outcome on this day. Issa really just kind of nailed the best of both worlds for this one. I do think Issa, though, also looking at this more, she could have probably brought her shoulder out a little bit more. It's kind of getting buried back there. I'm sure it's just maybe it's just an angle, or, it's something that will be tweaked for Olympia, but I think bringing that shoulder just a little bit forward could really help, but she didn't need it in this lineup anyway, so that's that. Reggiana here, what we're looking at is, good shape, good taper, great waist taper. That is crazy, crazy taper from the upper to lower here. However, her lower body, to me, kind of lacks size. I think she needs to work on the glutes a bit more, bring up the quads and the hamstrings just a bit more to balance out with this epic shoulder and upper body shape she has. And I think you guys can kind of see that on the screen, that kind of imbalance effect, although still third at a pro show. Keep in mind, very good physique. That does make a difference when we're looking at this, and that will make a difference for NPC athletes too. If you are not in symmetry, you're not going to place as good as you could have if you were more symmetrical. Let's look from the back now. Bikini is one from the back, and that's what I always say. And this is where it kind of turns into a little bit of a mixed bag, in my opinion here. I think that, Issa is not as strong from the back as she is the front, but however, still pulls it all together. Good symmetry from the shoulders, good taper in, glutes very full, nice shape, soft lines. This is very good. I just think that, it's not as good as her front shot in the sense of that, but again, she has won the competition, right? So she's definitely very on point. Very minimal things to say about her physique. She's on it. She's dialed. Maybe just a little bit more balancing of the lower body muscle, but I think she really nailed it. Condition is good. Everything is good overall. Very, very good. Now looking over here, we look at Ivy, and you can see this is where kind of some of that depleted shoulder effect I was talking about goes. Her shoulders look very depleted from the back, needs more fullness, more there, and I think her glutes even look depleted as well. If she had come in a little bit fuller, a little bit more change to the peak maybe, and it could have been a different effect. May have even been able to, take Issa in this lineup. And looking over here at Reggiana, what I see is the same thing, just a little bit too dominant upper body, a little bit. Great glute shape, upper glute is great, overall glute, tie-in, everything is good, just needs more lower body muscle, and that's just the case sometimes. That's really what it can come down to in these divisions, especially at this level. Now, let's look again here. Okay, we have Issa in the middle, and now we're going to bring in our fourth and our fifth. So our fourth and fifth is Alice and then Ariana, okay? And what we're looking at here is basically two athletes that, are taking fourth and fifth at a pro event, really good examples of criteria, but we continue to see the same things become more obvious. So we can see how, the shoulders just don't have as much shape as Issa's do. The waist doesn't taper as tight. The lower body is developed, but again, it's not on the same level as Issa. So just needing a little bit more size, a little more fullness, a little more shape there. Criteria-wise, though, very on point, very on point. Tampa Pro is a very competitive show. We're talking about points to separate these athletes. It makes a big difference. And looking over here at Ariana, similar things, needs a little bit better balance in the shoulders to the lower body. Overall, just more size, more shape would really change it up for her in that effect. Now, let's look from the back. And this is where, again, becomes obvious when you look at Issa here. You see Issa's back pose, very good. Everything is there. Everything is symmetrical. Everything is popping the way it should. And you don't get as much of that from Alice and from Ariana. However, very competitive, great physiques. Just need to add a little bit more size, more shape, and definitely to the glutes, the upper glute, overall glute for both of them. So really key message from the judges, in my opinion, to say, hey, we want to see some size. Bikini, we want you to have that muscle. We don't want you to lose that. We just want to have it all come clean and true together. But either way, this is very good. Very good lineup. Really cool for Issa. She's going to Olympia again. Let's see. Maybe she will come back and get the title. Do you guys think she will? Comment in the comments below. Let me know what you think, because we're going to see an improved look from this, right? And when I say, I'm seeing Issa in the front, really stellar. Back, I think a few things could tweak. Let's see, because I bet you it does happen for Olympia. It'll come in better and better. So very, very exciting time for our sport and what's coming next. You guys stay tuned and follow along. Please subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Coach Rye is out.